It is 99.3 of the Cat Palmer here with you. And yes, it is time for our Pet of the Week, the Precision Tune of Florence Pet of the Week. Got Pam back in here with me. Pam, good morning. How are we?
I'm good.
You have brought in a cutie this morning.
I did. And speaking of Precision Auto Tune,
Yep.
this is Freddie, who owns Precision Auto Tune.
Freddie, thank you for fostering one, this dog, and then two for, letting Pam bring him up here this morning. Now, his name is Diesel.
Diesel. This is Diesel. Isn't he gorgeous?
They call him Big Daddy Cool after the wrestler,
Yeah, he's such a calm puppy. I mean,
oh, he is so
not
sweet.
too many puppies I could sit on the corner here and just
chill. Yeah, he's not moved. He's sitting on the counter here, and he has not moved an inch. But he's definitely treat motivated, if you will.
That's good. You can train them easy when they're like that.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes if they're too treat motivated, it's better to train to a toy like Hank. Hank, who we originally were going to bring in today, who got adopted. Yeah.
That is so awesome.
But yeah, Diesel's adorable. So he's 3 months old. He's a full-blood. Well, his mom's a full-blood pit bull. The dad, they weren't sure if it was a little staffy or not. He's got such big ears.
Yeah, he does.
And such beautiful hazel eyes.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah, and he's got that soft coat. But you can see by the size of these paws.
He's going to be a big boy.
He's going to be probably a 70-pound dog, easily. But
so you got some big feet, bud.
Yeah, but he's real sweet. He wanted to ride in the front seat. Well, Melanie and I had that rule: all dogs ride in the front seat.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, he was just trying to drive for you. That's all it was.
So we clipped him onto the harness in the front seat, and he stayed there. I just had to keep petting him. I did have the crate in the back just in case.
Relatively calm through
in case if he roamed too much and it's too dangerous to drive, I would have put him in the crate. But he just sat there, with a little harness clipped to him, and he was perfectly fine.
Checking out the window.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been steadily eating since he's come in here. So Freddie, he's going to be good on food this morning.
So it's we always call it puppy and kitten season, and it really dogs and cats have them all year long. But this time of year, it seems like there's more of them, so we call it the season. And so there is a good amount. There's a good choice of puppies at the shelter, and
yeah, we were talking about all the different ones that have just recently come in off the air, and it sounds like if you're looking for puppies, now's the time to go.
It is, yeah. We have 4 at Snip. There are black-mouthed cur puppies, just maybe 8 to 10 weeks old, and they're still in quarantine. So like when they come in, they get their vaccines is our process.
Right.
And then we quarantine them for 10 days to see is anything going to show up, because it can take a while for parvo to show up. It can take a while for coccidia. So we quarantine them away from other dogs. And
yeah, just so it doesn't spread and it becomes like an epidemic at the shelter.
Yeah, so the 4 black-mouthed cur are kind of getting towards the end of their quarantine. And we have all these protocols in place. We've had some new volunteers come through, and because it was spring break last week, so some parents came through with their kids, like older kids, and they were amazed at like all the procedures that we have. And
it's a lot. I mean, you don't think about what you guys put into place to make sure all these dogs and cats are safe, but you guys got a good bit.
Yeah. And so this one family had been out to the barn. So it was a little boy named William. He goes to a private school in Columbia, but they were visiting his grandparents here in Florence.
Okay.
And so he knew a lot about horses because they study horses at the school he goes to. And then he looked at the procedure that's out there at the barn for the dogs.
Man, what school is that? All we had was shop.
Well, the next day they came to Snip, and we showed him all of our procedures. And he helped. He sprayed down the kennels and...
put him straight to work.
Yeah, we put him straight to work. Yeah, if we can avoid poop, we give it to somebody else.
1,000%. A teenager, yes.
But they understood, like the chemicals that we use are dog friendly. It's called, most shelters use this stuff called Rescue to kill the germs, and how you can't touch the puppy's bowls without washing your hands.
Right.
And, those need to be cleaned in the sink.
And then going from, one pack to another, you got to make sure you wash up and everything.
And so the kids did really, really good, and it was a good. I think it was a good experience for them, and we appreciate the families bringing,
Oh,
their children
absolutely. It
into.
teaches them responsibility. It
It
teaches
does.
them what goes into actually having a dog without
Yeah,
really having one.
yeah. And so many of the parents said, I want my child to know, more than just their small world of the house and their friends and their sports. We want them to know like what the community is like and what the world is like,
Sure.
and have more go into the world with
What is
more
it like
knowledge.
offline?
Yeah.
IRL is what the kids call it, in real life.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, in real life, yeah. And so, kudos to these parents who are doing that. And I think, I mean, when I was growing up, I don't remember my parents teaching me about doing extra things like that to add back to the community.
Sure.
Um, and not that I had great parents and everything. It just wasn't like talked a whole lot about it, I don't think, as like it is today. So
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
agree with that
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
And of course, eh, with summer just around the corner for
Hmm.
kids, you're talking, at the end of May, they
Right.
get out. This would be a great opportunity for
It
them
would.
to do something during the summer,
Yeah.
coming out and helping out at the shelter
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah.
Is there an age requirement as far as that goes? Do you know?
Well, we like the children to be a little bit older. I mean, I would say like 7, 8 up,
Right.
and then the parent has to be with them all the time,
Right.
of course, just for their safety and adult supervision. Um, but little Diesel here needs a home.
Yes, he
He
does.
can't be hanging out with Freddie all the time. Freddie's going to fix cars.
I know. Freddie's a busy guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we want to take this off of Freddie's plate, and this dog is absolutely
I mean,
gorgeous.
look at this. I mean,
He's just chilling.
just keep.
He's right at home here in the cat studios. So.
Yeah, well, you're making it too comfortable here. I mean, he's.
It's what it is. We do need, a station dog. So
Yeah, there you go.
we'll have to talk to Weather Wayne about that later. But, if you're looking to adopt and, get your forever pet, how do they do that, Pam?
All right, so you go to FlorenceHumaneSociety.org. There's a drop-down menu, and there's an application to adopt a dog. There's an application if you want to foster a dog. I mean, if you wanted to foster and take Diesel away from Freddie, he'd be okay with that. He'd
Yeah.
probably just want you to visit every now and then, though.
Absolutely. You
But,
bring him out to Precision Tune.
Yeah, but he promised the owner of Diesel ended up having a stroke, and so the family thought it wasn't the best time to have a puppy, so he's helping that family
Sure.
out. So, but he promised the family that Diesel would not go in the shelter.
Right.
So definitely a foster situation.
So Freddie's got himself a buddy from here on out until
Yeah.
we get him adopted.
I think so.
Yeah, you guys need to go check out this video as soon as I post it up. He is absolutely beautiful and so chill,
Yeah, so chill.
and the prettiest eyes ever.
Yeah,
So as always, Pam, thank you for coming in.
you're welcome.
We appreciate you. And of course, we do it every single Tuesday. And thank you to Freddie and the folks over at Precision Tune of Florence for sponsoring our Pet of the Week.